LeBron with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with another episode of Michael Jordan Cards, Best of the Best. And today we are talking about the year 1986, as you can see from the thumbnail that you clicked. Before we get started, I do want to remind you, I've gotten donations to the channel to support the channel, the growth of the channel, the expansion of the channel, and more content and bigger and better wax, and all the things that go along with trying to run a little social media business here. Tons of donations via PayPal. I'm already getting feedback from PWCC that even after only one video where I've kind of mentioned that I am now affiliated with PWCC, I'm getting tons of traffic through my affiliated link that's in my YouTube description. So if you guys are looking to buy or sell on PWCC for any reason, please do me a favor, click the link that's in my YouTube description of this very video. If it doesn't click and it's not clickable, I'm still working on that. I told you I'm a tech idiot. Cut and paste it into your browser. Hit the enter button, go to the site, save that as your PWCC link in your favorites. That way, every time you go into PWCC, you'll be buying through the Cajun Cardboard affiliate link if you choose to and you want to support the channel. That's one way to do it free of charge. Another way is if you're selling or you're submitting items to your PWCC vault, please do me a favor, and this is no skin off your back. It's it's 5 keystrokes, Cajun. Cajun, all caps, and we are set. And then you're selling through my Cajun promo code on PWCC as well. So enough about that. Today is about the year 1986. And why does that sound, why is 1986 a relevant year for Michael Jordan card collectors? I can't think of why this might be a better year than the prior 2 years. Oh yeah, that's right. His 86 Fleer stuff. So is 86 Fleer number 1 on my list? Is it number 5 on my list? Does it make my honorable mention? I don't know. We're about to see. Again, as I mentioned in the first 2 episodes, be patient with me. There's a little bit of a star bias in these early 80 years, 84, 85, 86. Those were the 3 years where Star was making cards. And those Star cards are amongst my favorites, despite the fact that I don't really have any whales. I'm collecting the set in 8.5. But another reminder, this is not most valuable cards for Michael Jordan in each year. It's not most popular cards for Michael Jordan each year. This is just me giving you a regurgitation of the cards that I like the look of the best, that mean the most to me. So it is a very personal perspective. I do not mean to offend anybody who would have a different hierarchy of the cards that they like the most from 84, 85, 86. And remember, we're going all the way to 1998. So if you're watching this video and you didn't watch 84 and 85, you got homework to do. After you finish this video, go back, watch 84 and 85. I'll try to put them in the thumbnails at the end of this video. The suggested video, so you can just click straight through. All right, let's get cranking. As we did in the first 2 years, we're talking about 2 honorable mentions in no particular order, and then we're going 3, 2, 1 in order of the cards that I like the most from the year 1986. So, screen share. First card, Best of the New. If you're new to Star, or if you don't know anything about Star, be careful. There's also another Star card called Best of the Best. Some people say it's legit. Some people say it was made in the mid-80s, but it wasn't released until the 1990 year. Some people say it was made in 1990, and therefore it's not a real licensed product because Star wasn't licensed at the time. So there's different stuff out there about the best of the best. And again, that's the name of this video series, which is truly ironic and mind-boggling and confusing. The card I'm talking about in my honorable mention here is 1986 Star, Michael Jordan, Best of the New. We always talk about Kelly Tripucka's ass cheeks. We talk about Bill Laimbeer. This is Michael Jordan card, though. We're not going to talk about the cheeks. We're not going to talk about Laimbeer's dirty tactics. We're going to talk about MJ wearing the Jordan 1s. Best of the New. Boy, did they get that right. There's another card that's going to be in this video today where there's a little caption at the bottom, and boy, did they get it right. Star was on point with this one. He was the best of all the new players. And so this is his card in a PSA 9. It's got that beautiful baby blue border. I've got it pulled up on Card Ladder. It's not actually in the Card Ladder database, but I sorted it by price. I didn't put anything for grade. And the highest sale ever of this card was from 2022, and it's actually a PSA 9. So the PSA 9, and again, because they just recently started grading, the pop's going to be paltry, minuscule, and very, very low in comparison to the Beckett. The BGS 9.5 recently, 3 months ago, about sold for $4,500. But this PSA 9 actually outsold it. I think that might have been some of that new car action right there, that was maybe the very first PSA 9 that came out. There may only be one PSA 9 now, but we all know there's going to be a few more added to the pop report, because you got your PSA simps that are out there who are gonna either, they were holding the cards in team bags, and this is something to remember with all the star cards, and to pay very close attention to the pop reports for star cards, because people are gonna be yanking them out of Beckett slabs, not taking them off the BGS pop report, and then putting them into PSA and adding them to the PSA pop report. So one just became two amongst the two pop reports in the aggregate. So be careful with that. The other thing is, maybe there's going to be some more PSA 9s, PSA 8s, PSA 7s that pop up, because a lot of people are PSA or nothing. And so maybe they had these cards in the subset bags in this case, or the Bulls team bag for the other star cards. And maybe they just decided, I'm not going to grade it with BGS, but now that Star's grading it, I'm going to open the bag up, send them all in for grading, and get them all graded. And so I think the PSA pop report's going to grow a little bit. I don't think the Beckett is going to diminish, because I don't think people are going to take them off the Beckett pop report or report to Beckett that they have cracked it out of a slab. But it is interesting to see that the three highest sales of this card were BGS 9.5, BGS 9.5, BGS 9.5, and look at the years. 2023, and this is on the same day. I wonder if that's the exact same card. That's really interesting. Let's look. We can always look. Let's see. Can't see it. Never mind. Forget that. So anyway, enough about this card. It's honorable mention. The card was very steadily $4,000 to $4,500 and 9.5. Of course, this is kind of the go-to grade, and this is why I'm collecting the set in this grade. This is what the 8.5 looks like. Let's not sort by highest. Let's sort by recent. You're looking at a $500 to $600 card, maybe $500 to $650. It can touch near $680, something like that, depending on the subs. But that's kind of what you're looking at when it comes to the BGS 8.5, $500 to $650, something like that. Again, remember, these videos are about the cards themselves. It's about Tripucka's, chunky ass. It's about Lambeer. It's about Jordan and the ones, just giving it to the Pistons with their shiny underwear. It's not really about the value of the card, and that's why I've got, one of my top 5 cards is a card that's only worth $500 in a BGS 8.5, although it is a $5,000 card in a gem slab, right? So it's a pretty big time card. The next one is another star card. Again, bear with me. It's going to be this way for a bit. The 1986 Star Court Kings, and this is just awesome because that yellow really freaking pops. I wish I could see the rest of Jordan's shoe. I don't know what he's wearing. I don't remember any all white Jordans. So I'm a little bit confused. He's in a Bulls uniform. It looks to be maybe rookie year picture. As somebody who's going to know a lot more about the uniforms and stuff like that is probably going to know. I do know this. Somebody's wearing some badass ponies right here. I don't know who that is that Jordan's guarding, because there was not a single Clippers player that was relevant for about 25 years there, but he's wearing some really ugly ponies. I don't know if y'all remember those shoes. If you're old like me, I'm 49 years old, for God's sakes. If you remember ponies were kind of around in the early to mid 80s, but not really. I guess they tried to make a splash in the NBA, sort of like New Balance did, sort of like Brooks did, right? So Worthy wore the New Balance. Dominique Wilkins wore Brooks. I think maybe Clyde Drexler wore ponies, or maybe he wore New Balance. Maybe he wore Brooks. I can't remember, but I know he was off-brand too. But Jordan's the one that changed the game as far as footwear goes. This card's a little bit bigger. So in a 9.5, this card once sold for $9,000. If we look at the recent sales, a BGS 8's about $700. It's a bigger card. If we plug in BGS 8.5, and again, I don't think value really means that much. Maybe a couple, $200, $300, $400 more than the best of the new card that we just looked at. So best of the new, $500 to $800, 8.5 in a Star Court Kings. And be careful, there's another Court Kings card. There's a few more Court Kings cards called Court Kings, and so there's different star cards called Court Kings. There's 24 different Michael Jordan star cards that are legit, and then there's, of course, a bunch of fake stuff, but then there's one that's kind of like on the fence. Some people do and don't think it's real. It's called Best of the Best. I am not a star expert, but some people out there are passionate savants when it comes to this product. And so I don't want to misspeak, but it's my understanding that, and I misspoke initially when I told you I was collecting the 25 card set. I have curbed it and curtailed the number to 24 because I don't think that Best of the Best card allegedly from 1990's release date, but manufactured in the 80s, is real. So I've curbed it and moved it to a 24 card Michael Jordan star set. If somebody out there is a star expert, please message me. I want to get you on my show because I'm in the mix of this, right? I'm in the middle of this. I think I'm at 20 out of 24 or maybe 19 out of 24 on my BGS 8.5 set. I'd like to get somebody on here and just kind of talk through some of the interesting tidbits in the history of the Star product and the Star stuff. And I did a great video on this if you haven't seen it. It's called, I think it was Explore the Card episode, maybe like 25 or something. Go look in the Explore the Card episode. Card number 3 is a banger, y'all. I'm telling you right now, this card pops. Look how bright red. I did happen to pull literally the greatest picture ever taken of this card with 10 centering. So this is an exceptionally rare piece, and it's really not this vibrant red. Trust me, I own the card. It's not that vibrant red. This is a little more realistic what it's going to look like. That's what the card's going to look like. It's kind of not a pale red, but red, not that vibrant, Ferrari candy apple red. But this is the 1986 Star Michael Jordan subset. There's an entire team bag, and it's 1 through 10 separate Michael Jordan cards. This is card number 10 in that set. The most this card's ever sold for is $4,500, so less valuable than the Court Kings that we just looked at in 1986. But the 1986 subset's really cool. Every one of the cards has a little caption down here that you can see at the bottom. I've got my little cursor on it. If you can see it, it says the future. And like I said, that's just an ominous foreboding harbinger of what was to come over the next 2 decades. We're really decade and a half where Jordan just unleashed his fury on the entire NBA. And what a great action pose this is. I don't know how many chains he's wearing, but he's wearing a bunch of them. He's wearing the black and red Jordan 1s, and he's right at the point where he's about to flush it home. Presumably in a dunk contest, but I don't know that, I guess. But Star got it right. Jordan was the future for sure. These cards in this Jordan subset were definitely easiest to find and the easiest to pick up. Again, I'm only trying to find the 8.5s, but if you go sort, by date sold and you're looking up this card, number 10, the future, I've got it plugged in, you're looking at a card that's going to sell anywhere from 500 to 1,000, and it really does hinge on the subs, right? It can get as high as 800, 900, and sometimes it sells in the 500s. Just depends on the subs, man. It really does. And so the one thing I did pull up is I wanted to kind of show you guys this subset, and here it is. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then they even Beckett has graded complete sealed bags here 8 times, it looks like, and none of them have graded very well. I think 2 of them have graded 9, 2 of them have graded 8.5, 2 of them have graded 8, and then the rest of them grade 7 or below. I didn't even know you could grade the team bags with Beckett, and they may have ceased doing, excuse me, I just burped on camera. They may have ceased doing that because I haven't seen very many of those. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a sealed Michael Jordan 1 through 10 team bag for sale ever in my life. Maybe they're that special that people don't share them. Maybe they're that rare, but they don't seem to be that rare because if you look over here in the right-hand column that I can kind of I can't highlight it, but under the total for how many graded, 700, 700, 700, 700, 700, 700, 700, 700. So you're looking at, there's a chunk of them out there, and you can go online and figure out what the estimated print run of these cards were. But Beckett's graded about 700 to 800 of each and every one of these cards. The future is 73 have been graded at 9.5. So that's a 10% gem rate. That's actually a really high gem rate. It's the 4th highest gem rate of all 10 cards in there. But this just kind of gives you an idea. And I wanted to show you guys why I was kind of choosing the 8.5 to collect the set in, because if you look at the percentage of the cards graded for each one of these, and this is just an example that it's probably going to be relatively similar for all the other 23, the other, I guess, 14 other star cards that are out there other than the subset cards, 10 of the 24 subset cards, subset Jordan cards from 1986. 33%, 28%. This is the 8.5 percentage of cards that grade at 8.5 grade. And that's why I kind of went with that. It's the biggest percentage. So it's going to be the easiest to collect. It's not a terribly low grade. It's certainly not what I would consider a high grade. I just want the set, and I just want it all in one grade because I'm OCD like that. So that's card number 3 on the list in order. And it was tough. But card number 2 should not be a surprise. It's Otis Birdsong Ghost card. This is the Michael Jordan 1986 Fleer sticker number 8. This card has been on one of the wildest rides in the history of all cards in the hobby. maybe second only to another card, which we may or may not see in about 3 minutes. But this is the 86 Fleer sticker. This is Jordan's first insert, in my opinion. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first actual technical insert card for Jordan, and it's the 1986 Fleer sticker. I didn't consider those star cards inserts because they came in a set and they came in a team bag. I would call those subset cards, which is very different than an insert card. An insert card, you don't know you're going to get it in every pack. It's just different. So I don't think any of the star cards, I don't think there are inserts in the star products, but there's an insert in the Fleer, and it's this one, and you got one sticker in every pack. And this card in a PSA 10 has been on a crazy journey. Look at this. Over the last 6 months, perfectly stable, which is a good sign in what's been a declining market. So I am happy to, and we'll talk about it at the end. I'll show you which of these 5 cards I do own. I always like to be transparent. So we'll save the transparency till the end of the video. But the PSA 10 right today is right about 40 to, let's say 40 to 50, 40 to $60,000. It just depends, right, on what the card looks like. There's only 121, so a little bit more than a third as many as there are his true rookie card, the PSA 10 1986 Fleer number 57. Yeah, I know I said true rookie card. Sorry, shoot me. It's just my opinion. The BGS 9.5, not very many of this card, to be honest with you, and it's a fraction. It's about a little more than a fourth of what the, well, about a fourth of what the PSA 10's worth. The card that most people collect this, the grade that most people collect this set in is probably 8. And here you can see why. If you click this button, you can go into the pop report. And you look, 18,000 graded by PSA, 7,000 graded by Beckett. Most people who collect 86 Fleer, I say this all the time on my channel, and it's not an opinion, it's a fact, they collect it in the PSA grades, right? They collect it in the PSA. There are great collectors out there who have put together incredibly high grade 1986 Fleer sets in BGS. It's just very rare. Most people choose to collect it in PSA because they're easier to find. It's just the go-to grading company for whatever reason for collecting this set. Just like I would say, well, I shouldn't say it about baseball because I'm not a baseball expert, but there's your gem rate, 0.65% for the sticker in PSA 10, $43,000. And then when you get down to 8, and 8 is very affordable. It's barely a 4-figure card. You could probably snatch the thing for less than $1,000 on a good day. There's 4,191 of them. So of the 18,000, a little bit less than a quarter are in PSA 8 grades. And that's why I say that's kind of the grade that people choose to collect this card at. And look, you could have caught this thing for about $850 if you were lucky on January 14th. The lowest it's been is $850. The highest it's been is $1,268. This card is down 10% over the last 6 months. Over the last 3 months, it's down 24%. So the PSA 8 looks like it's getting worse, which is weird because I just did a video how the lower grades were getting better. The PSA 9 over the last 3 months is down 4%. The PSA 10 over the last 3 months, there's only 2 sales, and so really not much to work with. That's card number 2 on the list, the 86 Fleer sticker PSA 10, which again shows Jordan blowing by Otis Birdsong in his Jordan 1s. He's probably, my guess, going to dunk that ball or hang in the air and flip it in on the other side with some reverse spin. Number 1, again, I'm predictable. It's not the sexiest. It's a card that people are almost ashamed to acknowledge they collect. It went from being the ultimate flex card for a basketball card collector, pre-COVID, and even post-COVID, to now it's like people are ashamed to even say they have it because the Jordan snobs out there, you guys know who you are. I'm friends with most of you. The Jordan snobs out there are like, too high pop, 318. I don't want that stupid thing. There's more of those than there are, Prism Red serial number 299s. I don't want that stupid 10. There's too many of them. That card's going in the toilet. Okay. Well, we'll see. I put a YouTube poll on my channel the other day that said, do you think that this Jordan 86 Fleer PSA 10 hits 50,000 or 500,000 next? Which direction do you think it goes? Do you think it'll hit 500 next, or do you think it's going to keep going down to 50,000? Who knows? I don't know. I just put the poll up there because I was very curious because this is one of the most polarizing cards in this grade, one of the most polarizing cards in the hobby. Nobody gets offended when people post a Jordan PSA 8. I posted my 8s the other day on Instagram and everybody was like, awesome, right? Because they're not intimidated. The high-end collectors don't feel the urge to come out there and call some somebody out saying, oh, you're flexing a 10, I've got a Star Rubies, or you're flexing a 10, I've got a PMG Red. That's what kind of gets the juices flowing. I think that there's no way, and this is just my opinion, I don't see how you can have a complete Michael Jordan collection without having a 1986 Fleer Jordan in some grade or another. I just don't. That's just me. It would be like having, flying an airplane with no pilot or with no engine. I just don't understand it. That's a weird analogy, but that's the first one that came to mind. It's just, I feel like this and the sticker are two cards you gotta have. Like, you don't have to have this card to be a big Jordan collector. You don't have to have this card to be a big Jordan collector. You don't have to have this card to be a legitimate Jordan collector. And again, I'm not trying to, say you're not a big Jordan collector if you don't have it. I'm just saying I can't fathom it. I can't fathom not having some grade of this card when it's only, in PSA it's only $1,000 card, right? That's just me. And so the 86 Fleer is an interesting card. I've done video after video on it. There's the PSA 8 over the last 6 months. It's a high pop. Yup. 8,545, fellas, but it's up 19%. That's real dollars. It's been as low as 5,300. The average is 6,600. It's been as high as 7,400. You'll notice that the highest on this chart is one that just sold a couple days ago on PWCC, and it's got one of those PWCC stickers on it, which I've talked about on the channel a bazillion times. Sold for $10,200, almost twice as much as some of the other ones. This is what those eye appeal stickers are about. And again, I'm sitting here hyping PWCC. I don't even know how I feel about the stickers. I'm just kind of on the sidelines observing, calculating, thinking. I would probably, me personally, I would rather buy a card that didn't have a sticker, which is going to sound weird because I'm a grade snob. It's just such a high premium. It's an undeniable premium that's placed on the card when it gets a sticker. And this is a top 30% sticker. And I'll go ahead and tell you, you'll see in just a second, my Jordan PSA 10 has an A sticker, a top 30% sticker, which I am extremely thrilled about. It's like the only card left in the vault that has a sticker on any of my cards. And by the way, if you think PWCC gives preferential treatment to me as far as stickers go on my cards, I assure you they do not. And I assure you, I have got thousands of cards in my PWCC vault, and I think I can count my stickers on one hand. And back when I had over 1,000 cards before 1986 that were eligible for a sticker, I might have had 14 to 15 out of the 1,000. So by no means did I get I didn't grease the palms of the PWCC people to get stickers on all of my cards. It did not work out for me. If I did, maybe I didn't bribe them enough. But yeah, stickers don't come easy. And for those of you who think they do, they don't. And that's why they draw a premium when they come to market, right? And so that's what we see there with that card. So that's card number one on my list. I got the Jordan 86 Fleer number one, people. I got the 86 Fleer sticker number two. Again, I know it's not sexy, it's boring, it's predictable, it's cliche. It's just what I feel. This card, I think, may have kind of jumped out of the shadows and surprised some people. I just like the title. The future sounds so cool. He's got the rope chains on. He's mid-dunk. The star subset, it's awesome. A lot of people don't even know that star subset exists or don't understand star cards. I didn't. For 99% of the time that I've been in the hobby, I have had no idea what star cards were or tried to dive in and understand them. I'm just now starting to educate myself, and I'm still maybe a ninth grader when it comes to being educated on stars. I'm not a college professor like some of the folks out there who really know the product. And so, and then we've got the Jordan Star Court Kings right here from 1986, number 18 with that yellow border, just really pops. And then the best of the new with my friend Cheeks over here and the Prince of Darkness, Bill Lambier. That's it, guys. That's all there. Oh, no, you know what? I wanted to show you my cards. And so, sorry, a little slight flex. I always try to share with you of the 5 cards that I talk about on every video, which cards I do and don't have. This is the first year where I have all 5 cards, right? And so I've got the 86 Fleer PSA 10, which I've shown before. This is the foundational piece along with the red PMG and the championship PMG of my entire collection. I bought this card through a really good friend of mine who brokered a deal with for a private sale before the last dance. And so I actually picked it up for $40,500. And at the time I picked it up, I knew it was special as far as centering goes. It's not a perfect card. There are no perfect cards. You can see some white tips on the corners. There are no perfect cards. Even PSA 10s are not perfect. But the centering is pretty damn good, and it's got an A sticker, and I think it's well deserved. And there's the back. Back centering is off a little bit, but remember, PSAs much more lenient on back centering than they are on front centering, which some people think they're too lenient on front centering. Next is my 86 Fleer sticker. Pretty good. No evidence of diamond cutting. Diamond cutting is where the actual frame of the picture is offset from the actual outside exterior edges of the card. None in this one. That's a common issue on these 86 Fleer stickers. Obviously, there's no gum stains on the back. Somebody did their job and cleaned it off. The back centering on this one is next level badass. I will say that. And so that's my 86 Fleer PSA 10 sticker. And then we get to the star cards, which you know are going to be 8.5s. And this one is nice that I picked up. It's got an 8 for centering, which is kind of, you get what you get with Star, right? It's just tough to find centered cards, but then it's a 999. So I think pretty good sub grades overall. Remember, Star does not put a lot of work or effort into the design of the back of the cards. They're all pretty common. And then the future right here with an 8 centering, which means I got it for a little bit cheaper than I would have normally had to pay. Nothing special about the subs there. Black font on the back of that one. And then lastly, I got my best of the new here with Cheeks and the Prince of Darkness, right? And the back of it's light baby blue. So those are the cards that we talked about today. That's my order. I wonder what your order is. Is there anything from 86 that I missed or left out? Let me know in the comments, because I will be the first one to admit I primarily focus on Jordan cards. 19 really starting with almost like 92, where the true insert era starts, is in 92 with the total DM team leaders and stuff. And then it really, shit goes wild, right? Stuff goes wild in 1993 with the Scoring Kings, and then, all hell breaks loose. And we're about to see, like I mentioned in a couple of videos before, it's going to get much, much, much harder to narrow my list down to 5, which is 2 honorable mention, and then 1, 2, 3 in order. It's literally causing anxiety, but I felt like I owed it to the channel to share my opinion, so you guys know kind of where I stand. I also feel it's only appropriate to show you guys if I do or don't own the card. Again, I've got a phrase that I have coined, and I don't know if the word is copyrighted, but I've got a phrase called Cajun eternity, and it just means I don't know how long I'm going to have it, but I know it's going to be a long time. I am not looking to sell any of the cards that I have talked about today from 1986. None of these cards are for sale. If I didn't sell the damn thing when it was 750,000, I'm sure as hell not going to sell it today for 150,000 because I'm stubborn like that. But do I wish I had a time machine? Yes. And would I have bought 4 more back at 150,000 and pocketed 150? Probably. But there's a lot of people that have the exact same story in the hobby. And so, it's a blessing and a curse. So happy to have those cards. Happy to have all 5 of those cards in my collection. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this best of the best video. Again, don't forget, I'm with PWCC now. There's an affiliate link in my YouTube description. And there's a clickable link on my YouTube page. Save that link as your favorites on your web browser. I have a promo code Cajun, all caps, CAJUN. Super easy. Anytime you sell on PWCC, it helps me and you support the channel. None of the money comes out of your pocket. It all comes out of PWCC's pocket to me, and in exchange for me helping drive traffic to their website, grow the brand, explain to people how the vault works, how the platforms work, how to bid, how extended bidding works, etc., how to vault things, how to create shareable links. There's a million things you can do with the PWCC vault to help manage, keep track of, and grow your collection in addition to using the sales platforms. And then also there's a PayPal link on the channel if you want to support the channel. And I'm going to do a video, I promise. Last night alone, 4 people donated to the channel. And the funny thing is, people are giving $23, $23.23, $5.23. Nobody's given $2,323.23 yet. So if you want to be the first, you certainly can. No, I'm just kidding. But it is funny that people are putting Jordan's number in there anytime they make a donation. It's just sort of cool, right? It just lets me know. And then the comments that people are adding to the donations are beyond flattering. It's almost, it really validates what I'm doing here and what I've been doing for about 20 months. And I don't know, sometimes I'm sarcastic and sometimes I jest, but I want you guys to know who have been with me from the jump. And even those of you who have been extremely involved and engaged in the comments and direct messages on Instagram and things like that. And you guys know who you are. There's a lot of you guys out there and you know who you are. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And that's kind of the reason I started this channel in the first place, is to create a circle of friends. I just didn't know it would be thousands of people, but I wanted to create a circle of friends in the hobby because there's just not a lot going on here in Baton Rouge when it comes to collecting basketball cards. And again, I know there's a lot of Jordan going on lately. I am much more than a Jordan collector. There is much more than Jordan content on this channel, and I promise you that I am going to refocus and make sure we're still touching all corners of the hobby, because I know a lot of you guys like to ultra modern prospect. I've got one right now that I'm buying at bulk. I am buying the hell out of an ultra modern prospect, and he is an absolutely off the radar, complete true flyer, but I saw something in him and I think he's special. And no, I'm not going to tell you who he is. Even, yes, if you're one of my friends, I'm still not going to tell you who he is, but you are welcome to guess in the comments. And I've been wrong before. I've been right before. I've been right more than I've been wrong, so we'll see where I go with this one. But sometimes the price point's so low that it even makes sense to buy an incredibly overprinted ultra modern card of a player if you're buying the right card. Anyway, that's it, guys. 1986, best of the best. What do you agree with? What do you not agree with? Thank you guys so much for watching. You can watch anything you want on YouTube. You can watch all the political crap. You can watch the drama. You can watch anything on YouTube. But you chose to watch this video, and you've watched me ramble for about, what, 30 minutes now. So I appreciate your time, and I appreciate the engagement in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. Hope you have a great weekend, and peace.